everyone, this is Susie with Creative Cafe, and I want to do a quick tutorial on how I put together my gift bag mini. I don't have the mini with me anymore to be able to show it to you as I go along, but I'm going to put the link to both the large gift bag Nutcracker Suite gift bag mini and then the Halloween gift bag mini that I did in the smaller bags. So you can kind of look at it and you know, get a gist of what I'm talking about. They're both done the same. One's just smaller than the other. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to get rid of the handles. And when you do your gift bag mini, make sure that for your front and back cover that you remove the handles that are on the flapped side. That way you have a nice full cover here without a flap on it. And then for your back cover, you know, you've got the handle on that back side. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to remove these. And it's real easy to do, and it doesn't take very long. Just get your craft knife or get you a sharp paring knife or something like that. And just simply run your craft knife right along the twine in the handle. And then they just pull right out. And now I leave this in here because if you don't have a good solvent to remove the sticky off stuff, you're not going to get this out of here without tearing your bag. So I just left them in there. And then same way on both sides, just get right there in the crease where that twine is and they just pull right out. So then I did stick my bags down in the large. I just took me a piece of sticky strip and put it in there so that it wouldn't open. And that's how you remove the handles, real quick and easy. Now, to put your bags together, you're going to, I used 5 bags in my book. So, but you can use more, you can use less, just however big you want to make your mini. Now, if you're using 5 bags, you're going to need 4 binding strips at 9 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I want to show you real quick how it's really easy if you do it this way. Now, I use this side of my scoring board when I cut these strips. And what I do is I take it and I measure over a 1/2 inch over here. I take my bone folder and run my crease. I just score it. Then I move it a 1/4 inch over and make another crease. Okay? And then I run it a 1/2 inch over and then I just cut it. And then what I have is my binding strips already, and not a lot of having to turn and cut and turn and cut or turn and score. And anyway, there's the binding strip right there with a 1/4 inch score seam in it. Okay, so you get your bag, and what I do is I use a little bit of this repair tape or hinge tape, and I simply put it on the back of my piece that I am, you know, sticking on here, and it just gives it a little bit of added strength. You can use any kind of tape, will work. I mean, I have even used the clear heavy tape that you just buy in the like the paint section and things at Walmart. So you can just use anything you want, because for the most part nobody's ever going to see that. Okay, so once you've got your strips ready, then you want to use scoring tape. I'm just going to use my ATG gun, and I am going to take this and put it in the large fold. Now, don't accidentally get it in this part where your flap is. You know, get it opened all the way. And I bring it about 1/8 of an inch down at the top, and it's not going to go all the way to the bottom. So, okay. And now it's in my fold. Now what I do, if you're not going to put flaps on your bag, then I just go ahead and take sticky strip and adhere this part down real good. Okay, then for your next bag, and I'm going to put these flap to flap. You can kind of put them whichever way you want. But I put sticky strip here on my back side of my thing there. Let me see if I can get it in here. An easy way to show you, because I'm going to be going backwards here. But what I do is I kind of line up my bags, because sometimes the bags are just a little bigger than the other bag. So I try to make sure I at least make them look like they are the same. And I know I've got to be at least of an 1/8 inch down. Slide that over. Okay. And then just stick your bag down. And there's your first binding. And see, you have a little bit here without anything. You know, what is that? Probably a 1/2 inch, maybe a little over 1/2 inch. Okay, so then when you get on your straight part of your bag, put your sticky strip on and just line up. I don't know if you can see this, but right here is where the end of my thing is. I guess I'm going the wrong way. And you just want to, I just kind of even it out right there. Bring it to the top, and I'm an 1/8 inch down, so that's good. And I just press that down. Now when you go to cover your bag, you're going to have all this covered. Nobody's ever going to see this strip, you know, right here that's on the bag. So that's the reason why I come down that little bit of an 1/8 inch. So I am sure to cover it with my paper. Okay, so there's my next binding strip. And then I'm going to put this one with a flap, and I'm going to show you how to put some flaps for your mini in there. So once again, I'm going to turn it where you can see it here. And I'm just placing it in, lining up my bag best I can, making sure I'm not getting in on my crease where my score line is. Okay, and just press it down. Okay, so here is 3 bags, and this is my binding right here. So anyway, looks good. Now I'm going to show you how to insert a flap, and you just keep doing that with your binding strips until you get however many bags you want. So, and these handles I didn't take out for time's sake, but okay, for your flaps, if you're going to do one in this part of the bag, in the Nutcracker Suite, I did a 7 3/4 by 5, and then on this 5 inch side, I scored it over a 1/2 inch. And then that gave me a 1/2 inch flap. And I'll just show you real quick. Once again, on that 5 inch side, I just went this way of my, and just scored it with my bone folder. I just used this side of my cutter to do that. Okay, then you just take you some sticky strip, and you, whoops, I put that on the wrong side. I guess you want to go to the inside of your flap and just stick it in there, and then there is your flap. Okay, and then if you're going to put a flap on the sides, the size that I used were 8 by 4 1/4, and on this 8 inch side I just moved it over a 1/2 inch and scored it. So then you're going to want to put your sticky strip, and you're just going to set it in your crease of your bag right here in this. Well, I can't show you because I put the sticky, well, I put the sticky on the wrong side. Okay. Okay, so the sticky's going to go to the inside there. And put it in there. Now, make sure that it goes in the fold, because you're, you can always stick this down with some scoring tape if you want it to stay down. Okay, and this is going to be the same way. Okay, and I just simply, now I try to make sure that I have them kind of even when I stick them in there, so that way they're, you know, they're, at least when they're folded over, they look like they're the same, you know, even there. Okay, anyway, that is basically how I put my flaps in. And then, like I said, you can always stick, you know, the inside part down after you get the flaps in. So that's how the flaps go in. It's just that easy. Okay, then you're going to want to run your binding strip once again on the flat side and just go on and on from there. Okay, so anyway, I hope that helps you. That's basically how I put the gift bag mini together. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure and message me. I'll try to answer best I can. Thanks so much.